Joining us here on set, Doug Philippone. He's the global defense lead at Palantir Technologies. He invests in defense technology through his VC firm, Snowpoint Ventures, which he co-founded. And he also served our country as an Army Ranger and commanded multiple Joint Special Operations Command outstations. I can't think of a better suited person to be sitting here with us to discuss this and so much more, given the current geopolitical landscape. So I do want to start there. This announcement we've gotten from the U.S. military and allies, what we're seeing in the Red Sea and in this vital trade part of the world right now, it certainly seems like a balance between deterrence and ensuring that the U.S. doesn't potentially get more directly embroiled in the conflict we're seeing in the Middle East.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, first of all. But I think, look, right now there's a shocking amount of violence in the world. Certainly for probably a whole generation, this has been a height that I've seen. Yeah. If you think one level deeper of what's going on in terms of the Ukrainian war and the fighting there, what's happening with Hamas attacks on Israel, and then now the Houthis attacking shipping, you have to kind of there's tactical and operational things that are violent and horrible, but in the grand scheme of things, Iran and Russia have a full-scale defense partnership. Like, that's incontrovertible. And so when you think about, from a strategic perspective, giving Russia a little bit of space in Ukraine in terms of having the whole world focus on other things, there's something a little bit broader going on that's actually you should really pay attention to. Because I think about, in terms of the strain on our military-industrial complex, in terms of the Western world, but in the U.S. in particular, building weapon systems, building ammunition to help defend Ukraine against the Russia attack, that has an equally deep strain on the Russians. And in terms of giving them a little breathing room, I believe that this is a concerted thing. It doesn't change the facts on the ground that this is a big problem for the world that we have to pay attention to, and it's just a reason that the U.S. and the West should be the global hegemon to keep, justice and freedom in the world.
So as sights set on the Red Sea right now, for lack of a better term, it's almost, there's certainly a real threat there, but in some ways it almost acts as a distraction from some of the other threats that are unfolding in other parts of the globe.
Well, 100%. And I would think that, also don't forget that this also gives, keep an eye on the Taiwan Straits. When the whole world is looking over here, what's going on over here? This is a classic, military strategy of divert people's attention, and then also resources are scarce. So how do you keep things? You have a little bit of breathing room, so you can have wiggle room to do what you want to do. Just pay attention to that.
To what degree, longer term, has this reset the chessboard in the Middle East in threats and alliances? It's the biggest conflict that, arguably, we see in the Middle East, even in my lifetime.
Yeah, no, it's massively disappointing. I was talking with Maureen earlier, but 16 years ago, I wrote my thesis on Iranian influence and Hezbollah. And, I pray that Hezbollah doesn't get involved in this as well, right? That's another risk to the north of Israel. But, look, the challenge has always been the plight of the Palestinians has been used as a proxy fight where instead of actually helping prosperity in that region, you sort of fuel this, we're giving them weapons, we're fighting, seeding that instability in the region. It's a problem. And, just a few years ago, we had a groundbreaking peace accord between Israel and Qatar, I believe, where it was hey, there was a great step forward. And a lot of that is stepping backwards.